you do if you tried to buy a new home but got this instead?
I don't know that you're in the right house. There aren't a lot of people of color in this area.
Are you
I know,
real?
and I don't think they're like us.
Who keeps quiet?
You're not American, are you?
And who says
Your conduct is unacceptable.
she just started dating this younger man?
I'm older than his mother.
And now she has a bombshell announcement.
I think I'm gonna marry him. What?
What will her best friends do when they find out what he's really after?
Okay, are we breathing?
No.
Plus, a stranger is lurking in the park.
Hey, did you happen to see a little dog running around here at all? All right, let's go.
Will anybody stop him? When you think no one is watching,
Stop, 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 stop! Stop the car! Stop the car!
we are.
So the question is, what would you do?
Sunday afternoon in an upscale suburb of New Jersey. It's an open house. This $1.4 million home is for sale. But these folks are about to get more than they bargained for.
Hello. Welcome. My name is Margot.
Hi, Margot.
Margot is the woman showing the home.
Nice to meet you.
But not everyone is welcomed.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. Sure.
Okay.
What would you like to see?
The neighborhood is predominantly white. Will anyone speak up when she tries to keep it that way?
You know, it sounds like, you're would be more comfortable in an urban area where there might be someone more
What do you mean?
like yourself, maybe. I don't know.
Most people say nothing at first, but watch this mother and daughter.
I don't know that you're in the right house. Yeah,
What do you mean?
Well, there aren't a lot of people of color in this area.
Are you
I know,
real?
and they.
That's illegal.
Excuse me?
I'm gonna go. I'm appalled.
Well, I'm sorry, but I was just trying to be realistic with them.
Well, then
You know.
obviously you don't live in this town because we do, and
Yeah.
everybody's welcome here.
They can't seem to leave the house fast enough.
I don't know
There wouldn't
where
be a
you
problem
come
with
from,
that.
but I've got to go now. I'm
Well,
throwing up.
They have no idea that Margot and the African-American couple are actors working for us.
He's got it here. What's this? Is he wearing?
A hidden camera experiment to see how people respond to
And it
racism.
says, we have a very nice, calm neighborhood. We don't have a lot of altercations or things like that.
And you
We
think
don't have people
we
that,
would bring trouble?
Well, I don't know.
You can tell this man hears everything, but at first we're not sure whose side he's on.
I have a suggestion. I don't know that you're going to accomplish anything more already, but, you might want to just look at the house.
Well, we were looking in the house, and we thought she was here to help us. And
Well, I am. I'm
Did
just
you hear the
I'm just
comments
trying.
that she made
I'm-
talk
I'm-
about
I heard some things.
colored and the neighborhood
I mean,
will
I'm-
feel comfortable? Do you think that's appropriate that she should say things like that?
What I think doesn't matter. I just don't think you're going to accomplish anything. And I'm not trying to defend her. I'll tell you what, I wasn't going to do this, but, if you wanted represent, I'm not going to give it to her.
Oh, you're giving
If
it
you
to
wanted,
her?
if you wanted help,
That's his business card he gives them. It turns out he's a realtor.
First, I was astounded that in this time, in this century, that I was hearing what I was hearing.
And then you try to help the African-American couple out.
I happen to have heard more than I thought was appropriate, and thought that we ought to move on and try and do something about it.
He's sincerely concerned, he's sympathetic, he's trying to find some way to make this situation right.
Dr. Jack DeVideo is a social psychologist and expert on race at Yale University.
But if you're really concerned about racism, you have to take an active step and confront the racist.
Now watch this young woman.
You say you have children. You want them to fit in.
Her response is immediate, and she's having none of this.
I can tell you about the school system. It's excellent.
Do you not have African Americans in
We
this?
do, yeah. We absolutely do.
Yes, but I'm thinking, but these are people that aren't. Well,
I don't
they're
think
not.
that's really,
I don't think they're like us.
I have never in my life.
Oh my God. Can you?
Are you? I'm embarrassed. I'm so sorry.
Well,
honestly, in my years on this earth, I've never experienced anybody saying anything like that. I apologize on behalf of this town. That is horrific.
I am
Well,
so
I'm embarrassed.
Well,
I can't. I gotta leave this house.
I think that you should too.
This is so shocking.
I'm humiliated, to tell you the truth. I'm humiliated.
When we finally tell Mindy Shire that the couple are actors, she's still overwhelmed with emotion.
I'm about to cry right now. I'm so upset.
I think she responded wonderfully. Nobody had to prompt her. In fact, she was energized. She walks up with a lot of energy to really confront that situation, and she creates a bond with victims of racism, that she touches them. What she did was something that breaks the norm, and that's what makes it heroic.
Will she be the only one to intervene that way? And what if the target of the attack is a Muslim couple instead?
I noticed that she's wearing a headscarf and things like that. What religion are you?
Muslims.
Muslims, Islam.
Muslims, but we don't have a mosque. No, I don't know that you would be welcome.
What do you mean we would not be welcome?
This woman is so upset by what she hears that she commiserates with another couple, unaware they're also actors working for us.
And this is beyond discriminatory.
But she says nothing to Margot until...
Can I just say to you, do you think I'm wrong in what I'm saying?
You've made them uncomfortable.
The thing is, these people are from a country that blew up the World Trade Center.
They did not blow up the World Trade. They did not blow up the World Center. They didn't. I can't have this discussion with you. Because they look like perfectly normal people to me.
Just minutes later, Margot is at it again.
How are you here? I mean, are you from, you're not obviously not born here in this country.
No, we're from Egypt, originally.
Egypt, I see. So you're not Americans.
This woman's face says it all.
There are Jewish people, and do you get along with Jewish people?
Yes, we get along with Jewish people. We get along with everybody. I'm sorry.
Well, because we don't want to. We really don't want to have problems. You're coming with these foreign languages.
But I speak Arabic, and that's it. I'm sorry.
Well, yes, I know. But and we have terrorists, and what do terrorists speak?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I upset you. Okay, I don't know if I said something wrong.
Have I said something wrong to her?
I'm not going to get involved with this.
That's what she says, but watch what she does.
You're just blowing things out of proportion. I'm trying to look out for you.
Do not live next to me? She's saying nobody wants to live next to me.
I would live next to her.
You would live. You wouldn't be worried.
No, I would not. There are all kinds of religions here.
Yeah, but they're not. I mean, yeah, but we're talking.
Everybody goes to their own place to pray.
Exactly.
And they respect each other's religions, and everyone should be treated fairly.
You have tears in your eyes.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe it. To go somewhere and just be, just someone without knowing you, without knowing anything, to just be so against you.
But this man knows what that's like, and he's the next visitor to our home.
I'm noticing your attire, and I'm just wondering, and your accent and things, that you're not American, are you? I'm just wondering if anyone has ever felt uncomfortable in your presence or anything like that.
What she's talking about?
What she said?
I don't know what she's talking about.
Excuse me, can I answer a question or something?
It is a problem because the Arab background, I don't think it makes sense for you to talk to them like that. I have an accent too, as you could see. So
yes,
I think your conduct is unacceptable. You should get her name, and report her. I will help you. This is unacceptable.
Well, I'm just trying to.
Your conduct is unacceptable, lady. You put your standards for sale. It's for sale for everybody. It's not like there is a list. You cannot check. Oh, you are Arab. You're not welcome here. This is unacceptable.
It turns out Francois Descorbet has himself been a victim of the same kind of discrimination.
What do you say to people who hear this?
They should speak out. They should speak out. There's no doubt of it. They should speak out.
But only a third of the people who overhear Margot's racist remarks confront her directly.
Francois, you're a hero, man. Thank you so much. You're the best.
Next, guess who's coming to dinner? Her new fiancé, whom she just started dating.
How long have you known him?
Since the 11th.
The 11th of what?
What will her girlfriends do when they find out the big secret she doesn't know?
Really?
Wow.
When we come back.
So 3 women coming into the store. It was a 3-generation thing. So I had mom, her mom, and her daughter. It's like boom, boom, boom. Everybody was looking for a computer, but they all had different needs. The daughter needed a computer, and she had to have a printer for when she was going off to school. Mom had to have a pink laptop because she ran a company called Pinks. Grandma had never had a computer before. Definitely needed something that was very easy to use. I was like, great, I've got the perfect thing for you. Having this giant collection of different brands, you can get them exactly what they want. So Grandma was like, you should really date my granddaughter. And I was like, I'll totally sell her a laptop, though.
My fibromyalgia muscle pain is real, but I'm not the type of person to just lie down and quit. Not with all these people counting on me. I walked right in and asked my doctor about Lyrica. Lyrica is the #1 prescribed treatment for fibromyalgia pain, and it's not an antidepressant. Studies show Lyrica provides significant muscle pain relief in as early as 1 week for some patients. And with less pain, I know today is going to be a better day. Lyrica is not for everyone. Tell your doctor about any serious allergic reaction that causes swelling or affects breathing or skin or changes in eyesight, including blurry vision or muscle pain with fever or tired feeling. Some of the most common side effects of Lyrica are dizziness, sleepiness, weight gain, and swelling of hands and feet. Do not drink alcohol while taking Lyrica. You should not drive or operate machinery until you know how Lyrica affects you. Help for fibromyalgia pain can start here. Ask your doctor about Lyrica.
Boys, wake up. Boys.
Teenagers, yeah. Up at the crack of noon.
When you use Windex, the streak-free shine lets in more light, and that makes mornings a whole lot brighter.
Oh, man, we're gonna be late for school. Get on. Come on. When do you think she's gonna tell him it's Saturday?
For a streak-free shine that lets in the light, use Windex. SC Johnson & Family Company.
If the Quarter Pounder with cheese was going to run a marathon, it wouldn't even train. It would think, I'm 100% beef and 2 slices of cheese. I taste great. I can do this. Then it would just show up on race day in tiny shorts and give it a go. It wouldn't even bother stretching, just to mess with you. The Quarter Pounder with cheese. It's cheese and beef and cheese, and that's what's up.
Wednesday.
Okay, then, let's do this.
There's only one way.
You're all going back willingly?
Back.
I'm going with you.
To the island.
You might want to fasten your seatbelt.
ABC's Lost. All new Wednesday at 9/8 Central on ABC.
Sunday. The glitz, the glam, the gold.
Thank you so much for this.
It's a night full of surprises. First, Barbara asks Hugh Jackman, Anne Hathaway, Jonas Brothers, and Mickey Rourke the questions you won't hear answered on the red carpet.
Why did you destroy your own career?
The Barbara Walters Special. Then, it's the biggest movie event of the year, hosted by Hugh Jackman.
I actually haven't stopped wearing this.
The Oscars, live. It all starts Sunday, 7/6 Central on ABC.
Sherry Daly and Mark Noonan are a hot item.
He's very charming. He's very well read.
Sure, he's somewhat younger.
And older than his mother.
True love, of course, has no age limit. But her friends have yet to meet Mark, and Sherry wants their approval. And so, on this crystal clear autumn afternoon, she's bringing 3 of her best girlfriends to A.J. Maxwell's Steakhouse in New York. She's about to introduce them to the man of her dreams.
I think I'm going to marry him.
What does he ask?
Yeah.
How long have you known him?
Since the 11th.
The 11th of what?
I know. It's
Clearly in
crazy.
shock. At first, her friends are divided as to what to do.
I say wait a year.
So
you guys
what?
are gonna hate me. I'm like, hey, just jump. It's
You
not
think?
like you've never been there.
Really?
I think you should have a long engagement.
And then Linda remembers Sherry told her Mark was Irish, which raises another concern.
Wait a minute. Is he looking for a green card?
Don't say that.
Well, sorry, but that's the first thing that pops into my brain.
But we know something they don't. Mark doesn't need a green card. He's an actor working for us.
Hello.
We introduced this unlikely couple nearly a month earlier, and they spent the last few weeks getting to know each other, so that when Sherry's friends finally meet Mark, they'll believe they're really in love.
This will be a lot of fun.
Okay, you're not the one. You have to really like me.
That's not going to be hard.
Okay.
They've had a lot of fun playing their new parts.
We have already slept together.
We have?
We have.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, are you kidding?
Awesome.
It was awesome. It was
You know, it's true.
fabulous.
Now it's showtime.
Okay. Good luck, guys.
All right.
Hey.
Sherry's friend Merrill is in on it with us. But Linda, Sheila, and Annie have no idea who's really coming to dinner.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Will they let their best friend jump into matrimony with a man about the age of her son?
I'm sorry, I'm Mark. My hands are sweaty, I'm a bit nervous.
I'm all nervous.
Why?
I told them.
What?
I told them. I told them.
To make their decision even tougher, Sherry has told Mark which buttons he should push to turn off her friends.
It would be a red flag if they suspected that the guy didn't really care for me genuinely.
So they won't be happy when they see Sherry might not be the only apple of her younger boyfriend's eye.
Hey, Mark.
Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good.
Wait, did she just call him by his first name?
Hey, Mark.
Can you tell me what sort of wine this was?
It's enough to make Sherry's friends more interested in the waitress than the wine. And speaking of wine...
They probably think I drink too much, and you're going to think I drink too much.
Put it down.
That may be an issue.
Yeah.
Put it down.
Put it down.
You know,
Perfect.
when I get some more, you might want to just gently. Do you think we could have 2 more glasses of wine? Please?
How many have you had?
All right, that's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
No more?
That's okay. No, that's fine. Yeah, we'll have dinner.
Saved by the bell. Or is he?
Smithers. He wants to know how it went.
Smith is Sherry's son, but the call she's taking comes from our control room.
Let's go and look at Linda's face.
Now that she's left the room, Mark becomes item number 1 on her friend's menu.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, you gotta
All right.
grill me. I know.
All right.
I'm waiting
No,
for this.
no,
I'm
no,
prepared.
no. She's gone. But what's the story with the waitress?
I don't know. I don't know. I just think, I mean, she's a friend of a friend, but I guess she's just surprised to see me here. I don't know.
You really don't know?
No.
She sure acted like she knew you.
Well, she called you by name, but...
Yeah, well...
Nothing gets by these women, and their greatest fear is about to become a reality.
Wait a minute. Is he looking for a green card?
So did she explain everything to you guys, and everybody's okay? It turns out that we've got to do it next week, so...
No. What?
Yeah, my visa ends really soon. The papers have to be processed really soon. So.
Mark wants the wedding to happen a lot sooner than anyone expected.
I'm looking at next Friday. You girls be free next Friday?
Really?
Wow.
But do you think you would be getting married this soon if it wasn't for the visa?
Well, we were going to do it in the new year, and we were going to test the waters, but it looks like we're not going to have the opportunity. So, like, if I don't get it, I'll have to go home, so.
Wow.
And I know she's not going to let that happen.
She didn't say anything about that to us.
Oh,
Just
well,
so you know.
Does she know that?
Well, she doesn't know we have to do the next 10 days, no. But I'm sure she'd be fine. Well, I would prefer if you guys don't say that to her when she comes back. I would rather say that to her myself.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
It's between you and her.
Yeah.
It's not up to us to make that kind of
Good,
a
I'm glad
decision
to
for her.
hear.
She's
Yeah,
an
that's
adult.
good. That's good.
But don't start humming Here Comes the Bride just yet.
What do you say?
Oh, Smith? You just wondered how things went. I said they went great. I know.
The looks on her friends' frozen faces tell a different story.
Nice to meet you, love.
Mark has told them he has to leave early. We get him out while the getting's still good.
I'll talk to you later, okay?
Suddenly, Annie gets up and also heads for the door.
Is it okay?
I have to go. I'm late.
We'll find out why later. Will Sherry get her friend's blessing, or will they give her new boyfriend a one-way ticket back to Dublin?
Okay, are we breathing?
No.
The answer, when What Would You Do continues.
Your life takes you down many different paths because you're more than one thing. So is Venza.
The first thing we do when we come up here is take her out to eat.
She needs a good meal, and we need to catch up.
I love when they come visit, and so do my roommates.
Try Olive Garden's new Mezzaluna's Half Moon ravioli stuffed with 4 Italian cheeses. Try the shrimp and white wine cream sauce or the savory sausage and tomato Alfredo, starting at just $9.95 with unlimited salad and breadsticks.
I'd just like to know my little girl's okay.
Daddy.
Olive Garden, when you're here, you're family.
If your family were a 3G family, you could post your trip on YouTube before you even get home. Or surprise your wife with tickets to a Broadway show. Email Grandma a T-Rex 1 second and a Tiger the next, all at 3G speed. Sprint's Everything Data Family Plan lets your family use their phones the way they want on America's most dependable 3G network. Plus, you'll save at least $360 a year over comparable AT&T and Verizon plans. Come into a Sprint store and see how much you can save.
I thought I knew all about my high cholesterol.
But then my doctor told me something I didn't know.
While I was building my life, plaque was building in my arteries. It had been building up most of my life.
That's why my doctor prescribed Crestor, to help slow the buildup of plaque.
People like you are learning that plaque can build up in arteries over time, and that along with diet, Crestor lowers bad cholesterol, raises good, and is approved to slow the buildup of plaque in arteries. Is Crestor right for you? Crestor isn't for everyone, like people with liver disease or women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Simple blood tests will check for liver problems. You should tell your doctor about other medicines you're taking, or if you have muscle pain or weakness, that could be a sign of serious side effects. Like others, while you've been building your life, plaque may have been building in your arteries. Find out more at Crestor.com. Then ask your doctor if it's time for Crestor.
If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Sometimes a security blanket isn't a blanket at all. The Kenmore Elite HE5T steam washer cleans clothes better than any other washer. Why would you choose anything else? See it in action at Kenmore.com. Kenmore, life running beautifully.
Welcome to the daring world of research and development.
We came up with this cheap fabric. Find another use for it.
It's good texture, coloration, maybe a breakfast meat.
We want to be in that business.
Where they'll try
We want to freeze fill.
just about anything.
Excuse me?
Wednesday, March 18th.
Is he okay?
He's fine.
ABC is putting comedy to work. ABC's Better Off 10 series premiere Wednesday, March 18th. On ABC.
Before the break, Sherry Daly shocked her friends by telling them she was marrying a man she had just met and who happened to be half her age.
What does he ask? Yeah.
She seemed so happy that at first they went along with it. But love can be blind. And when Sherry left the room, her new Irish boyfriend dropped a bombshell of his own.
Well, she doesn't know we have to do the next 10 days, no. But I'm sure she'd be fine.
Now her friends think he needs to tie the knot before his work visa expires.
Well, I would prefer if you guys don't say that to her when she comes back. I would rather say that to her myself.
So what do they do? Betray his trust and tell Sherry what they know? Or stay silent and let their best friend marry a man who might be more interested in a green card than a wife?
Okay, are we breathing?
No. I'm going to repeat what I said before. If you are going to marry him, make it a long engagement. Don't rush into it. Take your time. Make sure it's not about a green card.
I've got time to figure all that stuff out. So that's okay. Come on, it's not that much. Girls, Jesus, you feel like you're at a funeral. I'm not crazy, right? What? Linda? What?
Remember, Linda thinks she knows something that Sherry doesn't.
All right, I'm going to do something I shouldn't do. I'm going to put my nose in where it doesn't belong.
That's why I asked you to be here, Linda.
He wants to get married on Friday.
You're kidding.
He said he has to get married in 10 days or he loses his green card and they'll send him home.
He didn't tell me that.
I know. And I'm sorry that I'm the one telling you that because he said he was going to tell you that later.
Does that mean this coming Friday?
He said he had to marry you within 10 days.
I just want you to Don't. I just want this to be perfect.
It will be perfect. Not to worry. It'll be perfect.
And what could be more perfect than finding out everything you've just said and done is going to be on national television?
Hi, ladies. I'm John Quinones, and there's no reason to be sad. This was all part of a show called What Would You Do?
Oh, my God!
And I know you were very torn up about it, but it's just a spoof. She's not really going to marry Mark.
Oh, my God. You are hysterical. You got me to betray a confidence on camera. No one will ever trust me again.
This is an actor,
Oh,
Mark.
my God.
Actor. Say hello to Mark.
Yeah, he is.
He's quite the actor.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, that is hysterical.
It's funny now, but just 10 minutes earlier, the possibility that her closest friend might be getting married in 10 days was no laughing matter for Linda.
So how do you stop her? Or do you?
You don't. You let her make her own decision. You present the facts to her, even if it means betraying a confidence.
Sheila wasn't going to present Sherry with anything until they got home.
What were you going to tell her?
You just don't want to rush into marriage, even if it is for a green card. That's what I was going to tell her.
And remember when Anne ran out just after Mark left?
I have to go. I'm late.
She came back later to tell us why.
I ran up the stairs looking for Mark. I'm not one to resort to physical violence, but I wanted to know the truth.
Though each of them chose a different approach, Sherry's friends all came to the same conclusion. Tell her the truth, and then let her make up her own mind.
But isn't there a risk that she'll turn against you and get angry at you for...
That's a risk I'm willing to take because I care about her that much.
So much that it brought you to tears.
And as we saw, it brought Sherry to tears too.
You made me cry when you cried.
What did it tell you?
They love me, and they're going to take care of me. They wouldn't let me make mistakes.
And you would do this for them?
Absolutely. Because that's what we're here for.
What would you say to your friends today?
Thank you. And don't be mad at me.
Next, he's too confused to drive.
Reverse is this one, right?
Stop! Stop the car! Stop the car! Sir, stop the car!
Should you help him or stop him?
Well, what did I do?
When What Would You Do returns.
If the quarter pounder with cheese makes your mouth water, that's your mouth's problem, so deal. Maybe talk to it. Say, mouth, ease up. It's just a quarter pounder with cheese with 100% pure beef. Just make sure nobody's watching, because you'll be talking to your mouth. With your mouth. Which is a little odd. A quarter pounder with cheese. It's cheese and beef and cheese. And that's what's up.
So for my friends and family, I'm choosing my head coach, Pete. And my nutrition coach, and my strength coach.
We got deltoids today, Pop! Great that!
And Coach Pete's home number. And this guy.
It's Gilbert. He's English tutor.
So now I can call him no matter what network they're on?
Without using your minutes.
Sweet!
Introducing Friends and Family from Verizon Wireless. Unlimited calling to the numbers you call most, anywhere in America, anytime. And right now, save 50% on our best Samsung devices.
When it comes to looking younger, you'll try anything. And by now, you've tried everything. Stop. It's time for a rescue. Neutrogena's new 14-day skin rescue. This 3-product kit combines Neutrogena's most powerful anti-aging technologies to transform skin in just 14 days. Not quite instant gratification, but close enough. 14-day skin rescue. Neutrogena.
We trust them to save our lives.
I'll be there to monitor both you and the baby.
But even doctors are human.
What happened?
Thursday, 9/8 Central. The Grey's Anatomy Private Practice crossover event conclusion.
Baby's gonna need to come out.
I can save them both.
Derek, stop!
Down a scalpel, Addison.
You put down the scalpel.
Take it off!
ABC's Grey's Anatomy Private Practice crossover event conclusion. All new Thursday, 9/8 Central on ABC.
From a stranger lurking in the park.
We give him a hand? All right.
To a man too old to drive.
Stop the car! Stop the car! Sir, stop the car!
You've got the power to stop them, but do you? When What Would You Do returns after this from our ABC stations.
Rick Castle writes murder mysteries. Detective Kate Beckett solves them.
You've got quite a rap sheet for a best-selling author.
You know you have gorgeous eyes.
What?
Monday, March 9th.
Are you here to annoy me?
I'm here for the story.
They're on each other's case. Nathan Fillion, Stana Katic.
You just stay here and don't touch anything.
Stop! Don't move!
I got him!
Let him go!
Drop the gun or I fire! Tell me you saw that!
This time you're staying put.
Come on!
ABC's Castle, the series premiere Monday, March 9th on ABC.
I'm Liz Cho tonight on Eyewitness News.
Please hurry up! He's killing my girlfriend!
Hear the shocking 911 call when a chimpanzee attacked, and he wandered off and took a subway ride, but he's only 3. How did it happen?
Announcing the Lincoln Signature Lease Event. Drive the Lincoln of your choice at an especially attractive lease offer. Only during the Lincoln Signature Lease Event.
You didn't pay for the germs. Why pay for the antibiotics? Stop and Shop pharmacies are filling select antibiotic prescriptions for free through March 21st, so you can keep your family and your budget healthy. Free antibiotics, another real deal from Stop and Shop. Whether you're skiing, snowboarding, or ice fishing, warm up at Stop and Shop with Progresso Light Soup. Now 3 for $5, plus real deal savings throughout the store. Whatever you love about winter, you'll love real deals from Stop and Shop.
On the road to pick up my kids, my car broke down. I had no way of reaching anyone. I was stranded.
Presenting SafeLink Wireless, a government-supported program providing a free cell phone, 3 minutes each month, and a free voicemail account. You're likely eligible if you receive food stamps, Medicaid, or have a family income under $26,000. Contact us now to see if you qualify.
It's keeping us safe and sound.
Be safe. Stay connected. SafeLink Wireless, a service provided by TracFone Wireless Incorporated. Call or apply online at safelinkWireless.com.
Sign up, blast off in the breathtaking Lincoln MKS. Sign and drive off in the Lincoln MKS with 0 down payment, 0 first month's payment, and 0 cash due at signing for only $529 a month. Only during the Lincoln Signature Lease Event.
$103 Mega Million, the live drawing tonight at 11.
Get off the streets! Old people are driving!
The creators of the hit series South Park got some good laughs out of elderly drivers terrorizing their town.
I don't remember there being a building here.
But in real life, it's no laughing matter. Even though most seniors are careful behind the wheel, drivers over 70 die in car crashes more often than any other age group except people under 25. So what happens when a hopelessly confused senior like this man doesn't know or can't admit that he's no longer capable of driving?
Excuse me. Yes. Can you help me?
Who's going to tell him?
Can you try it for me?
Start it. This 92-year-old doesn't even know how his ignition key works.
Keep going, you gotta turn all the way. Now it's on.
But watch as a total stranger guides him out of the safety of his parking place directly into traffic. He even hangs around to offer encouragement.
Keep going. Keep going. Stop, 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 stop! Stop the car. Stop the car! Sir, stop the car.
Oh. Well, what did I do?
You knocked something down.
Obviously upset, the old man hands the stranger his cell phone with his son's number in it.
I'm here with your father. His name is Bernie, okay? And he hit a motorbike.
But Russell Heltzer has no idea that the man he's talking to is a what-would-you-do producer. The elderly driver is really an actor, Bernie Patton, and the motorcycle is a movie prop.
What should a person do? If you see something like this in real life...
I should have said, are you okay to drive? I think that's the first question someone asks.
According to Peter Reed, Senior Director of Programs for the Alzheimer's Association, it's not an easy question, especially when the driver is a family member. When the day comes to take away the keys from someone who can no longer drive, why is that such a big deal?
You know, it's a really difficult decision to make for any person and for a family because it's a part of who we are. It's our independence. It's how we get around. It's our mobility.
Can you help me? My son was supposed to meet me here.
And how difficult will it be when the driver is a complete stranger?
Here he is again. Another young man is trying to help him.
Fasten your seatbelts. This is going to be a very bumpy ride.
Okay. Reverse is this way, right?
Yeah, you should see it up here, right here. And just be careful when you back up because you got a motorcycle behind you.
Oh. Ooh. Ooh.
It's tough when you're in the moment, isn't it? Because you don't know what to do.
Exactly.
This guy is right here.
He's actually on a crutch and he's helping him.
This guy isn't going to let a pair of crutches keep him from getting Bernie back on the road.
Oh, you did it. Oh, thank you very, very much.
Suddenly, he wishes he had.
Stop.
If you had to do it over again, would you have done anything different?
Oh, right.
How about taking his keys away and saying...
No, I'm not going to take his keys. That's his keys. That's his keys.
I'm trying to find my car.
Even when our senile senior pretends not to recognize his own car...
Maybe I shouldn't be driving anymore, huh? You think I'm okay to drive? Sure.
We're amazed that more than 35 people have helped him hit the highway. Will anyone intervene? Just when we're about to give up hope, these Catholic school teachers appear.
Are we getting your car?
Did you take a look?
Is it open?
They don't take his keys, but unlike the people we've met so far, they're not about to let him drive off.
But what if he insisted on driving himself?
We would not have left him, no. We were going to take him back to school. We would never have let him drive.
My dad can drive.
No, is your car a Cadillac?
It takes another teacher, Aaron Shore, to give Bernie the bad news right to his face.
Then you shouldn't be driving if you don't remember what's going on.
Well,
it turns out Aaron has had to say those difficult words before.
You have personal experience with this.
I took my mother off the road too. I mean, it's, you know, you reach a certain point in time where if you're just not capable behind the wheel of a car, you shouldn't be behind the wheel of a car, so.
Even though he's in his 90s, in real life, our actor Bernie is still capable and he still drives. But he knows his days are numbered.
I'm at an age now where I need help. And I've got to admit that maybe it's time I stop driving.
Hopefully what can be happening here is a conversation. And I think that's what I would encourage as much as anything else, is that if someone senses that something is wrong, try to understand the situation and use their judgment about what the right steps would be.
We decide to make the stakes even higher with one final twist. Twins. Twin actresses, that is. Brooke and Allison Johnston pretend to be afraid to ride with their confused grandpa.
Grandpa, are you sure you can drive?
Please get in. We'll talk about it later.
Well, the fact that he's about to drive off with precious cargo prompted passers-by to intervene.
We don't want to drive with you, Grandpa.
It certainly gets these two moms' attention.
Hi. Is she supposed to be in a car seat?
Could you call her, Mommy?
I need her phone number, though, sweetheart.
Alicia Bate and Karen Fanning were complete strangers before today. Now, when they think the safety of two young girls is at stake, they act as a team.
I have got phone. I have a phone. Well, I do. But I'm not leaving them. No, I don't.
Their first call is to the police.
There's a very elderly gentleman in the car. He's claiming that these two girls are his granddaughters.
But the cops, of course, never come. They're in on our experiment, too.
What is it that makes you stop and get so involved? You were just minding...
Because I have children. I just saw how frightened they were, and I didn't think that he should be driving. Sorry.
Would you let him get away?
No.
What would you have done?
No, I would have probably gone around and taken the keys away from him. Yeah, no, I wouldn't have let him drive.
Do you have relatives who are older?
I used to, yeah. I remember my grandfather, his driving ability was really
impaired,
really impaired. And I remember my father used to follow him home and stuff like that. Your daughter's
This dynamic duo did exactly what our expert advised. They stayed calm, asked the right questions,
Sir, what is your daughter's telephone number?
and called police. Many of our other surprise Samaritans were pitch perfect too. Why?
It could be my father or my grandfather. My father still keeps his license in his wallet and believes he still has a car.
A lesson here for your students?
Just look out for each other. And we don't do enough of that anymore.
Hey, Bertie, what do you say to him?
Thank you,
Good luck.
thank you.
No problem.
When I grow up, I want to be just like you.
Next, a stranger is watching.
Hey, did you happen to see a little dog running around here at all?
But who's watching the stranger? And what will they do?
She's gonna help me look for my dog.
Really? When we come back.
So, your BlackBerry Storm can make calls in Guatemala, send email in Italy, send pictures in Sydney, and keep you in touch when you get back home? Man, those guys are good.
Only America's largest 3G network has the world's first touchscreen BlackBerry. Now buy the Storm and get any BlackBerry free, only from Verizon Wireless.
Oh, that looks hearty. It must be
Nothing.
the carrots and the noodles.
Zero.
Can I taste zero?
Progresso Light, the only 0 points value soup endorsed by Weight Watchers.
Zero is something.
Question, how many of you know what you spent on coffee this morning? Okay, how many of you know what you spent on it this year? I'm a bright idea from Discover Card, and the sooner you know where your money goes, the better. So check out the Spend Analyzer at Discover.com. It's an easy way to see what you're spending on your Discover Card on coffee, clothes, whatever.
Hold on here. Why is a credit card going to help me out?
Maybe it's a different kind of credit card.
With tools to help you spend smarter, it pays to discover something brighter.
This fiber, I'd had my fill. Then I found Miralax. Miralax relieves constipation with no bloating, no excess gas, no taste, no grit. You'll see, it's clearly different.
Restore your body's natural rhythm with Miralax.
This is where chimps live, right? Out in the wild. So why do some think they can turn them into house pets? Tonight on Nightline, new details inside the shocking story of the chimp owner brutally attacked. Why do these chimps get more and more dangerous as they get older? The answers tonight on Nightline.
GMA's countdown to Oscars' big night is on, and tomorrow, you're invited to go along with Robin on her search for the perfect Oscar gown. You even get to tell her which dress you think she should wear Oscar night.
What do you think?
Help Robin decide tomorrow on Good Morning America.
Last Friday, 11 million of you watched 2020's Astonishing A Hidden America. Now, this Friday, go inside the secret world of Bernie Madoff. See new video of the man who could be the biggest swindler of all time. If it's Friday night, the real drama's on 2020.
Enjoy the new waffle breakfast sandwich at Dunkin' Donuts, made with a fluffy egg, melted cheese, and cherrywood smoked bacon between two delicious waffles. Get that homemade taste every morning. You can do it. Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'.
Cargo space is measured in cubic feet. Fuel economy, miles per gallon. But how about quality? Turns out there's a way to measure that, too. It's called resale value. And Toyota has the highest retained value of any full-line car manufacturer on the road today. Proof that Toyota quality saves money. And now it saves even more, like with the Sienna, rated the best car for the money. Lease one for just $269 a month. See your Toyota dealer now to start saving now. Toyota, a smart way to keep moving forward.
The Chrysler Jeep President's Celebration event is here, and we're celebrating with employee pricing plus for all. Get our employee price plus up to $5,000 total cash allowance plus 0% financing on our most attractive and efficient vehicles. All with America's only lifetime powertrain warranty with unlimited miles. So hurry in and get employee pricing plus up to $5,000 total cash allowance plus 0% financing. See all our President's Celebration event deals online and get to your Chrysler Jeep dealer today.
You want a delicious latte made from the finest espresso beans at a price you can afford. At Dunkin' Donuts, you can do it. Try a small hot or iced latte anytime for only 99 cents. It's just another way America runs on Dunkin'.
It's an innocent question. Can you help me find my lost puppy? But the person asking it to a young child might not be so innocent. What would you do?
Remember 11-year-old Carly Brucia of Florida? In 2004, she was walking home when she was abducted near a car wash. The entire country watched the shocking surveillance tape.
It was the last time she was seen. And what was so terrifying was watching that tape and seeing how easy it was and how quickly it happened.
Days later, police found her body. She had been raped and murdered.
This can happen under your very noses. This can happen to your child. It can happen to other children you know.
Ernie Allen, president of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, says even though kids are warned of the danger, 7 out of 10 will walk away with a stranger.
And she went over here. Where's your mommy and daddy, sweetie?
But what happens when there are witnesses? Will anyone help? We decide to find out and set up hidden cameras at a park in New Jersey. This little girl is an actor, and her nanny works on our staff.
Katie, I'm just gonna run to the bathroom really quick.
While swinging in the playground, we tell the nanny to leave our 10-year-old by herself. Keep in mind, this is something no one should ever do. Minutes later, this stranger approaches. He's also an actor we've hired.
Hi.
Hi.
I like your pigtails.
But it doesn't take long for this mother of 2 to notice.
Have you seen a dog running around here? No.
Now she's listening intently.
That's her. That's Ginger. Can you see her?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Katie.
Katie. I'm Jack.
My nanny told me not to talk to strangers.
Oh, that's okay. We're not strangers. I'm Jack, and you're Katie. So, now we're not strangers anymore, right?
I guess.
The man asks her to help him find his dog, and he engages her. Our actress plays along.
How did your dog get loose?
But Deanna Schneider is having none of it. She confronts the predator, telling him to leave the little girl alone, that she shouldn't be talking to strangers.
Oh, well, we're not strangers. Just trying to find my dog. I'm sure your nanny won't be back for a minute. Do you think you could just help me look for her real quick?
Well, I can't be away too long because of my nanny.
Oh, I understand. I'll bring you right back. Come on.
Honey, stay right there. Honey, stay right there. Wait for me. Excuse me, if you don't leave her alone, I'm going to ask this gentleman to call the police. You need to leave her alone.
Finally, Deanna's persistence pays off, and our predator leaves.
Are you all right, honey? You okay?
Excuse me, ma'am. Hi, I'm John Quinones with ABC's What Would You Do? And this is part of a scenario that we're staging. Why did you get involved?
There's a little child by themselves. You have to protect them. There's no one there for, to protect her. So we all have to look out for everyone. I would hope someone would do the same for my kids.
In our next take, our nanny is already gone, and the stranger is back. But this man immediately has him on his radar. Watch how he inches toward our actors.
You sure you haven't seen her?
Yeah,
She's about this big.
I'm sorry about your dog, but my nanny told me I'm not supposed to be talking to strangers.
Gently, he approaches and tells him to back off. He's onto him, but that doesn't stop our predator from giving it one last shot.
Katie, I think I see her.
Katie? Hey, I'll go with them.
You see her?
Ask them how's it going. Let me show you my daughter. Come here. This is my daughter. This is my daughter, Sarah. I think she's...
It was just perfect. He listened. He was polite, but he intervened in a firm and decisive way. And I think moving the child with his daughter was a very effective approach. The only thing I would add to this scenario is use that cell phone and alert authorities.
Call the police.
That's what this man is about to do.
Because I'm looking for a dog?
No, because you're sitting there and you're asking a child to go look for your dog. Yeah, it's like Bergen County Police.
Now we decide to change actors. This time he's clean cut, even preppy looking. Will people trust him more around our little girl?
Hey, did you happen to see a little dog running around here at all?
No.
What's this man's reactions?
No. I like your pigtails.
It's clear he doesn't like what he sees.
I bet I can go higher than you can. What grade are you in, Katie?
Fifth.
Do you have a boyfriend in 5th grade?
No.
No.
And in between trying to play with his grandson, he keeps our little girl in his line of sight.
Do you want a Starburst?
No thanks.
Are you sure I got some extra?
No, it's fine.
No, I like those gloves. They're neat.
These women are watching too. But look what happens now.
Do you want to come with me? Will you give me a hand? All right.
That's when that grandfather makes his move.
What do you like best about social studies? Excuse me. Is she with you? Yeah, she's going to help me look for my dog.
Did you come here with him?
No, I came with my nanny.
Where is she?
She went to the bathroom.
Okay, why don't you go back over to the swing and swing on the swing till the nanny comes back.
All right, I mean, she was a nice girl. She's going to help me, but...
I could see, yeah. Okay. Perhaps we should call 911, 911, let them sort it out.
Our predator then slinks away.
That man wanted me to help with the dog. What do you think I should have done?
I think that was a bad man.
Okay.
He said no, he was a stranger.
Okay.
But not all strangers are bad, as we just witnessed with this grandfather. Parents should tell their children to look for other moms and dads with kids or an authority figure in uniform. They can be trusted to help. And what about people's reactions to our two different predators? They appear to be the same. How they look doesn't seem to matter. In fact, our shady predator is not the norm.
The typical child molester looks pretty much like everybody else. And these can be people who are doctors or lawyers or corporate executives or coaches or religious figures. They do not match society's stereotype.
But what if the adult is not a stranger, but someone from the neighborhood? Should he be trusted?
Hey, Katie. How are you?
Good.
Hi. How you been? I thought that was you. I was walking by. I was like, wait a minute.
This mom notices Katie's sleazy neighbor right away.
My nanny went to the bathroom and she told me not to leave.
Do you know her?
Say what?
Do you know her?
Oh, yeah. Katie lives down the street from me.
And she doesn't like where the conversation is going.
I don't know who you are. I don't know her, but I know the lady said I'll be right back. I don't understand what's going on here.
What, do you think something's wrong?
Yes, I do.
Well, I think it'd be okay if I just go for a couple minutes.
Yeah? Is that what you're doing?
Finally, they leave, and this mother watches as they walk off.
Let's go find her.
But she doesn't stop them. In fact, during 2 days of filming, out of more than 50 people who see what's happening, only about a dozen actually do something.
Why not stop him?
I wouldn't do that because I thought maybe she did know him. I didn't know for sure, so I said, let me look and see where they went, what's going on, and what I can do next.
You were torn.
I was.
While Donna Oates may have been torn,
Did you see my dog Ginger around here?
this dad clearly is not.
You know this guy?
I know
sorry?
he lives down the street.
Do you want to walk around? Have a look with me?
Well,
I think I'm going to walk over there by the road and look in the bushes and stuff.
Why do you want to take it for a walk?
Because I know her. She's going to help me look for my dog.
Really?
He could care less if this guy knows our little girl.
Don't you think if you ask your girl to take a walk with you, you should ask your parents?
Her parents aren't here.
Well, that's exactly my point. Why are you asking?
He's really giving him the third degree.
You should not be asking her to go for a walk with you without asking her parents' permission. It's that simple. It's just that simple.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean, okay? You should know that.
All right. Take care, Katie.
Finally, our predator has no choice but to leave.
You noticed him right away.
Oh, obviously somebody comes to a park like this, they usually have kids. Nobody comes here alone.
We as a nation need to teach our kids Adults shouldn't ask kids for help. Adults should ask adults for help.
All right, let's go.
We want children to understand they have the right to say no, and they always need to check first. Go to a trusted adult.
Next, I Spy. You see your best friend's teenage daughter buying a pregnancy test. What would you do? When we come back.
When a chimpanzee attacks.
Bring the gun! You've got to kill this chimp!
Next on Eyewitness News, the shocking 911 call when Travis the chimp went on a rampage.
And police swarm a local town after a string of sex attacks. Next.
More.
Well, the first thing we do when we come up here is take her out to eat.
She needs a good meal, and we need to catch up.
I love when they come visit, and so do my roommates.
Try Olive Garden's new Mezzaluna's Half Moon ravioli stuffed with 4 Italian cheeses. Try the shrimp and white wine cream sauce or the savory sausage and tomato Alfredo, starting at just $9.95 with unlimited salad and breadsticks.
I'd just like to know my little girl's okay.
Daddy.
Olive Garden, when you're here, you're family.
You know, I gotta tell you, since I've been hurt and missing work, you've been a big help to this family. No, really. The cash we get from Aflac helps us maintain the house, put food on the table. And my Jenny continues with her piano lessons. Yep, this family's doing just fine. And it's all thanks to...
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Knitting helps me keep my mind off all the things I can't have on my diet.
You could try Yoplait Light. There's 28 flavors, so I never get bored. Peach and this new cherry cobbler are my favorites.
Hey, honey, this is kind of hot.
28 ways to watch your weight with Yoplait Light.
Wednesday, these cops have seen it all, but one thing they've never seen is murder.
Stay with me. Stay with me.
Inside their precinct.
Lock us down.
ABC's Life on Mars. All new Wednesday at 10/9 Central on ABC.
And now, What Would You Do goes interactive. Last week, we asked you, you're at your local pharmacy and you notice your best friend's teenage daughter buying a pregnancy test and condoms. What would you do?
1, I'm not happy about it. 2, I wouldn't ride.
I think you have to put yourself in your friend's shoes. Would you want to know?
I guess I would walk over to her and ask if everything was all right, maybe if she needed to confide in somebody.
I think primarily your concern is this teenager, and is she okay, and does she have the information she needs?
It's her decision. She's got a lot to learn, but she'll figure it out.
I know that it is probably easier to walk away and ignore the situation, even though it probably looks as if it's not your business. If this is a best friend, it is.
Here's next week's interactive. Your coworker asks you how much money you make so she can go to the boss and ask for a raise. What would you do? Go to abcnews.com and click on What Would You Do to let us know what you would do. If you missed any of our episodes, you can always catch them by going to our website at abcnews.com. Click on the What Would You Do tab. I'm John Quinones. For all of us at Primetime and ABC News, good night.
After being elected president and